All right, our guest today on Seminole Sidelines is Ashlynd Barker from Iowa Western Community College. He goes by Ashlynd and Ash. Ashlynd, first of all, welcome to the show.
Sir, thank you for having me.
Well, listen, we appreciate you doing it. We know you got a lot going on. You're trying to finish up junior college. You actually said to me in a text message earlier that you had to do this today because you are packing your room tomorrow to go home or go whatever your next stop is. But anyway, you were offered by Florida State a couple of weeks ago. And just for those that have not read the article when Ashlynd got the offer, Ashlynd is from Columbus Northside High School. Went to Iowa Western this year. Was redshirted, did not play a game this year. Was in practice, was either discovered between us. We're going to talk to him about. Going to talk to you about your recruiting process. So you have taken kind of a different route, as I mentioned before we got started. A lot of guys go to junior college and play a year before they get recruited, or play 2 years and then ultimately end up at a 4-year school. You got redshirted. I will get into that. There may be some rules in the state of Iowa where if you're out of state, you got to get redshirted. I know they used to have those rules a long time ago. But let's just talk about how a little bit about your high school career at Northside. I've watched your film, Ashlynd. You've got great instincts. You run really well. It says you run a 4.57. I don't know if that looks like you might be a little bit faster than that. But just talk a little bit about your recruiting process coming out of high school. Did you have any connection with Florida State and some of the schools you had offers from?
Yeah, so my all throughout high school, my first 3 years, I didn't really take football serious, and then COVID hit, which was kind of a big part in why I'm here today. So COVID hit the end of my sophomore year, and then all that happened. So my parents wanted to be safe, and they didn't want me to get sick. So I missed the whole spring of my sophomore year. I missed the whole summer sessions. And then I missed the first 5 games of my junior year, and I got to play the last 5 games. But of course, like any football player knows, you can't really get into the groove of stuff when you're just coming back the last 5 games of the season. So my whole junior film was kind of bad. So senior year comes up, and of course I gained weight. I feel like I got faster, better, stuff like that. And I went to camps over the summer. I went to Kennesaw Mega Camp. I went to Mercer's Mega Camp twice. And after the Kennesaw was my biggest camp where I mostly got most of my looks. I had a lot of schools come up to me at that camp, tell me they were interested, ask for my info and stuff like that. And then from that camp, I actually got invited to a Georgian personal workout with a few other players. And then I actually got to talk with Kirby Smart and stuff. And then most of those schools that talked to me during the camp, they never reached back out, or they never were on anything serious as far as offering me. So senior 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 year went by, and then none of those schools, like I previously said, they came and reached out. So towards the end of the year, as the year got longer and school year got longer, a few D3s had offered me, and then I remember making a post about I'm not counting JUCOs out of my recruitment, and that's when most of the community colleges started hitting me up and stuff like that. And then the funny thing about actually coming here is I found Iowa Western. They never hit me up first. I was fixing them first, so um, I ended up doing my research and stuff, and I found out he actually lost last year in the national championship, and New Mexico military won. But I didn't want to go to New Mexico military because I felt like I was farther and stuff like that. So I come here, and yeah, that's how it
Right.
happened.
Well, I'm sure that one of the things you're looking forward to is I'm sure you had a great time in Council Bluffs. So I'm sure you're looking forward to leaving that winter weather behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a two family members that coach at Iowa State, and I know that it gets very cold out that way. All right, so you've been out at Iowa Western for basically 6 months, right? You started there last summer, last fall. How did the recruiting process start with Florida State? How did you end up on their radar?
So it's funny. I don't even know how I ended up on the radar. I had a I got an offer before I came here. or like a few days before I came here, I got an offer from New Mexico State, and then they told me I had till December to decide if I wanted to come there, but I didn't really feel like that was a place I would want to go to for 4 years, so I just waited it out. And before previously, like during fall camp and stuff, my coach kind of told me what was the deal. He was like, he wanted me to have 4 years at a university. That's why he was redshirting me, and I could just work on my skills and stuff I needed to work on while I was being redshirted and stuff like that. And then, as everybody knows, spring came up, and of course, we're a community college that just won the national championship. So, a lot of
Coach,
yeah, a lot of coaches have came by and stuff like that. And then J.C. Krause, he actually used to work here, so he's kind of familiar with Coach Strohmeyer and stuff like that. So he hit me up like beginning of April, I think, and he was just texting me. He was like, "What's up?" and stuff like that. And then we talked for a little bit. And originally they wanted to get me on an unofficial visit, and I was like, we were gonna set that up, and then um, he told me that the staff liked my film and stuff like that. So they sent Coach Fuller to a practice, and then Coach Fuller liked what he saw. So then they offered me a day after he left, after he came to watch our practice, and then that's how it all happened.
All right. Well, for those of you that don't know, they're listening. J.C. Krause is on Florida State staff as an analyst, and obviously, and I think it's pretty cool, Ash, that your junior college coach recognize your potential to be a 4-year guy at a major college and afforded you the opportunity to have those 4 years and not take away your of eligibility or just work on getting you better. So that's pretty cool right there. And of course, so Jason does, so that starts with your junior college coach and Coach Krause from Florida State obviously gets to Adam Fuller. Now, what did Coach Fuller tell you that he likes about your game?
So I don't remember every single thing, of course. He was basically saying, like you said, he was like, they don't know how I didn't have offers out of high school and like that. And then they liked my movement. They liked how I was focused during practice and stuff like that. And then he said, most importantly, because after practice, we usually do like a conditioning thing, which with board pushes and stuff. He was like, he liked how I finished out the board push and stuff like that. And yeah, he was just like, what did he say? He was just saying how he wanted to be able to coach me for 4 years and stuff like that. And yeah, that was for me.
You know, I agree with Coach Fuller. After watching your high school highlight tape, as I told you before we started this show, I've watched a lot of football my entire life. And when I read that, I told you I read an article that said you didn't have any. I was like, there's no way that's true. This kid's a much better football player than that. So that's interesting. Now, besides Coach Fuller, have you been talking to any other coaches on the Florida State staff? Have you talked to Coach Surtan at all?
Yeah, I actually talked to him yesterday. He asked me how I was doing and stuff like that. And I've talked to Coach Norvell. He texted me today and a few days ago as well. So yeah, those two, along with Fuller.
Now, what's kind of been Coach Norvell's message to you?
They can't wait to get me up there and stuff on the visit, and just ask me how I'm doing, just like all of them.
So this is all happening pretty fast, right? It's happening within about a month. So y'all are still building the relationship with all those coaches, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Does anything stand out about any of their personalities to you over phone calls and text messages?
Coach Norvell's kind of a down-to-earth kind of dude. I've talked to him on the phone. I haven't talked to Coach Surtan or Coach Norvell over the phone, but Coach Fuller, he's down-to-earth. But I could tell whenever if I choose to go there, I feel like he'll be a great coach to me.
All right. Now, I know that you've seen what Florida State. Did you get a chance to watch them at all last year as they went through the 10-3 season?
Yeah, I actually watched the LSU game.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that game. I didn't really pay attention to any other games like that, but recently I've been watching a lot of their games from the past season and stuff like that. Just visualizing being able to play there and stuff like that.
How do you now? Are they recruiting you? I know that you played a little bit of everything on defense. You play corner, you play free safety, you play strong safety. Have they told you what they're recruiting you for as?
Yeah, they said might be able to play all three if I can handle it. They said high safety, nickel, maybe a little bit of corner and stuff like that, blitzer. So.
And what is your out of those three positions? I mean, we got four really in college football. More, you got your outside corners, your nickel corner, then you got your free safety or high safety, as you're talking about, and then your strong safety. You can be a hole player at times or in the box player at times. Do you have a preference where you play?
No, I don't have a preference. Wherever I fit in, that's where I'll be good to play.
Okay. And now you mentioned what the coaches like about you. What do you think the strengths of your game are right now? And what do you think you need to work on?
I feel like over this past fall, as I redshirted, I got really good at my technique. Out of high school, I didn't really feel like I was in tone with my technique and just like trying to perfect it in that type of manner. But I feel like my DB coach, Coach Finney, he's made an emphasis to really hone in on our technique and be better at it. So I feel like that's what I've got better at. And then press technique in the slot, I feel like, of course, that's pretty hard to do, especially going against a good player because they have a two-way go. So I feel like that's what I need to get better at.
All right. Now, you mentioned that you got bigger between your sophomore and junior years of high school. What are you right now? I know I've seen anywhere from 6'3", 190 to 6'3", 200.
Yeah, I'm 6'3", 200, 205, something like that.
Okay, so you just continue to get bigger. All right, no problem there. Like I said, you have good natural instincts, run extremely well. Like I told you before we got on, I've read 4.57 to 4.4, depending on what I'm reading. How fast are you?
That 4.57, I actually ran my senior year.
Okay.
I haven't ran a 40 since, but we actually did. I think they're called 10-yard shuttles or something like that.
Yep.
A 1.06 or something like that. So.
Now I don't know. I'm a former offensive lineman, so I was never fast. Is that pretty good?
Yeah, I heard it was. So
okay.
That was the time we had here out of everybody here. So.
All right. Well, you're coming to Tallahassee Friday, right? So what are the couple of things that you're looking forward to about the trip?
I'm looking for authenticity from the coaches, just having that real feeling. I want them to be upfront with me about the depth chart and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to looking at the facilities, learning about my major and stuff like that with the school and stuff like that. That's pretty much the main thing, just the coaches being real with me.
Now, what are you looking to major in?
Biological science.
Okay, so that was going to be one of my questions towards the end of this interview. Once you're done with football, whether it's at the end of college or you go to the NFL, once you're done with your football career, what do you want to do?
I want to be a veterinarian.
Do you really? Okay.
Yes, sir.
But I tell you what, I've got your first patient sitting over here about 5 feet. I've got a puppy. I've had her for about 5 weeks. I've got to find her a vet. So
yes.
you get that done, and we'll make a deal. I'll bring her to you no matter where you're at. Now you played at Columbus Northside. Did you ever come to a Florida State camp? You're close to Auburn, Florida State, Georgia Tech. Do you have a favorite college team growing up?
Yeah, Auburn was my dream school.
All right. Now, did you ever watch much of Florida State back when the national championship days with Jameis and all those guys?
Nah.
All right. Probably too young.
Yeah.
Too young. All right. I get that. All right. So usually once you get offered by a major power like Florida State, you start getting more offers. Since you've gotten the offers from Florida State, and I know you're going to Oregon State in a couple of weeks, at least that's the plan right now. Who else are you talking to right now, hearing from, and have you had any more offers come your way?
So nobody's offered since the Florida State offer, but a lot of schools have followed me and texted me. Miami has texted me. Florida has texted me. Penn State followed me. Houston actually hit me up today. So
they're keeping on coming.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to come to Florida State this weekend, which is, I believe, around, I think it's the 12th, May 12th. Then next weekend, you're going to Oregon State. There may be more that pop up between now and then, obviously. when are you trying to? What is your timeline for making a decision? Are you gonna let this thing play out through the month, and when do you plan to enroll wherever you go?
So I'm just taking it as it goes. I'm not really looking to make a certain date for my commitment. So
Okay.
Florida State, then it'll be Florida State. If it's Oregon State, it'll be Oregon State. If not, then somewhere else.
So you're just looking for a place that you feel really comfortable with, and kind of you'll know when you know type of thing.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to finish up pretty quickly. I got one of the things that stands out to me about you that's not on film, but it's on your social media. You promote your teammates about as much as you promote yourself, if not more. What kind of teammate are you?
I feel like people that know me, they'll say I'm quiet because I am. I don't really like to talk a lot, but I want to with the platform I have, of course, I don't have like millions of followers and stuff, but I want to support my teammates and stuff like that because I know they're trying to do the same thing I'm doing right now as far as getting out of JUCO and stuff. So I know coaches follow me, and they've been following me since high school. So I know that if I retweet their posts, maybe a coach will see them and they can leave. So.
Well, that stood out to me because most people on social media only talk about themselves. So I thought that was pretty neat as I was doing my research. And trust me, if you ended up at Florida State, you're going to have more followers than you can keep track of. So that may change. That may change in the next couple of weeks for you, like it does for most guys that sign at a big college. All right, so let's just. What do you like off the field? What are you doing with your free time?
I'm not a super. I wouldn't say outgoing person. I just like to stay in my room, watch movies, watch YouTube videos, stuff like that. Play the game.
All right, so now I'm going to go through kind of a favorite. So, what is your favorite? Let give everybody a little chance to get to know you. What's your favorite movie?
I don't have a favorite movie, but Marvel series is my favorite series. I like to watch, or Fast and Furious, one of those two.
You have a favorite actor or actress?
Nah.
Okay. All right. What about favorite musician or band or group?
So my favorite musician is probably YoungBoy or Raw Wave, one of those two.
Okay. All right. Favorite food?
I don't have a favorite food.
You like everything?
Yeah.
Is there anything you don't like?
I never had sushi. People say sushi's good, but I never had it before.
Well, the fried shrimp sushi is good. I don't know about the raw fish. I go with the unhealthy sushi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably go with the healthy sushi, which is the raw tuna and all that. But it's good. You should try it. And I'm sure there's probably about as many good sushi places in Council Bluffs as they are Tallahassee. I lived in Tampa. Tampa's got better sushi than Tallahassee, but I'm sure if we can find it, FSU will find a good place for you to try it. All right. Listen, if you could visit any one place you've never been to before, where would it be?
Probably Belize, because that's where my grandma's from. So I'll probably say Belize.
Okay. And then now you have any brothers or sisters back home?
Yeah, I have two brothers and a stepsister.
Are they younger or older than you?
My two brothers are older than me, and my stepsister's younger than me.
Okay, are they still in the southeast Columbus area?
Yeah.
And how important is location as far as where you end up? Do you want to come back closer to home, or are you just wide open?
Before Florida State offered me, of course it wasn't an option. Location wasn't really a problem because I came all the way out here for school. So, but because they offered me, that's definitely a better option, of course, because it's closer to home. So 3 hours away.
All right. Well, Ashlynd, I appreciate your time. I've kept you a little bit longer than I wanted to. Listen, I hope you have a great trip to Tallahassee this weekend. You will probably see me on Sunday trying to get an interview with you after you're done. So I might see you outside the Moore Center on Sunday, but I hope you enjoy your trip to Tallahassee. I hope you enjoy your trip to Oregon State. And I hope that this works out the way you want it to work out, and you end up wherever you want to end up as far as whether it's Florida State, Oregon State, or any of these other programs that, as you mentioned, that you're starting to hear from. The recruiting process can be quite overwhelming at times. And I wish you the best of luck, and we'll try to talk to you on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Ashlynd. Thank you, sir.